So I heard you wanted a remake. Well, this is not exactly a remake, but something very close to it. But yeah, welcome to Final Fantasy VII Reimagined, made by PD Design Studio, which is responsible for such game projects like Dusty Revenge, Dusty Raging Fist, Alien Masher, and Movecasters. So this game asks you a question, what if Final Fantasy VII, the RPG that we all love and know so well, is redone as a classical 2D platformer with 3D backgrounds? Well, to answer that question, you have to play this game, and oh boy, what a fun game this is! Now, before I start, let me stress out that this is an indie game. It has no relation to Square Enix whatsoever. It is a non-profit, fan-made action game. So, if you are familiar with games like Streets of Rage, aka Bare Knuckle, and Final Fight beat-em-up series, then yeah, you will enjoy this awesome hack-and-slash demo as well. So let's start, shall we? Let's select our character. Yeah, in this game we have two characters. We have our spiky-haired hero Cloud, who is suffering from split personality disorder, and we also have our big-breasted partner Tifa, a member of Avalanche here as well. So you can play as one of the two of these characters. I will choose Cloud here, but we'll be showing off Tifa as well. Technically there is also a third character, but he only makes brief cameos in the game itself, and I will talk about him more in detail a bit later. There's also this mystical standalone support feature which you can enable, this sniper mode or whatever, with funny looking animal icons, but I never figured out what it actually does in the game, because when I turn it on and start the game just crashes instantly. So in case you play this demo and know what it does, let me know, really. Alright, stage select. Yeah, as you can see, many different levels are planned in the final product, but for now in this demo only one is available to us, which is Midgar itself. Basically just like in the beginning of original Final Fantasy VII as we know it, so yeah. I don't think you can change difficulty levels in this demo, so let's play in the standard normal mode. Okay, let's go! Let's begin our journey with a train ride, just like in the original game. Alright. So let's see what's in store for us in this reimagining of Final Fantasy VII. Nope, not this time around, because now we have improved graphics and everything. Yeah, see? So the game itself plays like your typical side-scroller. Eventually the enemies will appear, and you will have to deal with them in order to advance further through the level. As you can see, we have familiar scenery here, because just like in the original Final Fantasy VII, we are raiding the Sector 1 reactor of Midgar in order to prevent Shinra from taking all the Life Force Mako energy from the planet. Basically defeating bad guys, well, to save the world. We also have this opening bomb emission theme here playing in the background in this level, just like in the original game, so yeah, that's pretty nice. Even our favorite victory fanfare appears here as well, when you clear waves of enemies, so yeah, you just have to love that, really. As you can see, I'm switching between Cloud and Tifa to show off gameplay for both of these characters. Basically, I play one enemy section with one character and then showing off the same enemy section with the other one. I didn't want it to make two episodes of this short demo, so just decided to merge both character gameplays into one. So yeah, and also if you check the background of this particular section, you will notice that there is a picture of Cait Sith. So yeah, he makes a small cameo appearance in this game as well. Combat-wise, we can jump, dash, and roll. Overall, this game is very combo-y, as you can see. You can use jumping, dashing, and rolling together with your light and heavy attacks to make combo chains, and there are a lot of different combo moves that you can make. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Cloud uses his massive Buster Sword to attack enemies, and Tifa uses her punches and kicks to beat the crap out of them, basically. Yeah, as you may have noticed, Cloud is a lot more slower than Tifa, so although he is the main character of Final Fantasy VII, I find that playing with Cloud is actually a lot more difficult. The reason is his slow attacks. Basically what happens when you're playing as Cloud, you try to make a combo, and while you try to slash away with your sword, enemies eventually get to you in the period when the next attack in the combo connects. And, well, you die in the process. So, yeah, Tifa is a lot more faster and easier to play. Her attacks deal less damage, but DPS is a lot more bigger than Cloud's, so if you are new to the game and want to actually complete this first level in this short demo, well, choose Cloud's childhood friend, Tifa, as your character. Yeah, what I really like about this game are the smooth animations. The creators did a really nice job with them. There are still some improvements needed, because sometimes animations tend to kind of stuck in one place and such. For example, there are even occasions when mech enemies explode 2 times in a row when you defeat them, so you just don't understand what happened there, because the animation of the explosion appears 2 times in a row, so... But otherwise animations look great. Also, battle shouts, voice effects and various game sounds sometimes are not being played properly, so yeah, I have no idea what is wrong with that. Speaking of enemies, in this first Midgar level we only have 3 enemies that we are battling against. All of them are very familiar. For example, we have blue Shinra guards here, who are the weakest ones, but they are really fast, so they can break your combo chain really easily. They also love to jump on you from behind when you are in the middle of the combo, so yeah, pretty annoying dudes, really. But dealing with them is quite easy. Usually you can just stun lock them with a combo and that's it. They are only annoying when there are a couple of them on the screen. There are also 2 mech enemies in this demo. One of them is the most annoying enemy in the game, in my opinion. There's this tiny flying mech, which is hard to reach. Not only that, but what makes dealing with this enemy even harder is that he shoots lasers at you. And when he does that, he flies away from you constantly. So you have to take your time not only to stay away from the lasers, but also to catch the enemy itself. Yeah, that enemy is pretty crazy. I always have trouble with them, but what I usually do, I try to catch them with my dash in the air and then execute a combo that way. Usually it works just fine. Considering this is a game in the style of classical beat-em-up games, it also suffers from the same curse when you can deal with enemies even when they are off-screen. So if you see that there are lasers off-screen but not the enemy itself on the screen, well, just air dash to that place and start attacking, because you will know that the enemy, that tiny annoying mech, will appear eventually. There are also these sweeper enemies in this game, which look like giant mechs and shoot machine guns at you. They are usually really slow, so there are not too many problems with them, but sometimes they can ram at you in a very high-speed fashion, and when you defeat them they actually explode, so if you stay near that explosion you will take damage, so yeah, be careful and stay away from them when you defeat them. As you may have already noticed, we have these various colorful circles which appear next to our profile picture. We have 3 of those circles which we can turn on: blue, red and violet. These are our materias. Like in the original game, materia works like magic. You can't use magic and hit with it in this demo normally, so what materias actually do here, they amplify your attacks. The way it works, at the end of each combo your currently equipped materia is executed. So basically blue colored materia is for our ice magic, red is for fire magic and violet is for lightning magic. All of these 3 materias work differently, so it's not like it's one and the same and colorful animations are just for fun. No. For example, if you hit an enemy with a combo, the ice materia freezes that enemy for a while and deals extra damage at the end when it wears off. Fire materia leaves a ball of fire at the end of the combo, which constantly moves forward, hits everything that touches it and explodes eventually. And lightning materia, when you end the combo, leaves electricity on the ground, which stuns enemies when they come into contact with it. I heard some of these materias have been toned down a bit to prevent their abuse in the demo. But anyway, you know, even if we don't have the opportunity to experience their full potential here, they are very fun to play with. You can also execute materials right off the bat when you use dashing or rolling attacks, but I think they are there just for fun, because the effect of the materials is not activated that way. It is only being activated when you end the multi-hit combos with them. So yeah, but you know, these elemental animations look great, so I really love to use these dashing and rolling attacks. And by the way, you cannot turn off materials. You are being equipped with materials permanently, so there is no way to just walk around and defeat the bad guys without at least one materia equipped. So I don't think that in this demo enemies are weak against particular elements, but I'm sure that this feature will be implemented in the final game when it will be released. For example, we all know that in Final Fantasy games mechs are always weak to thunder, right? But it doesn't seem to work here in this game when I use lightning materia on them, really. It takes the same amount of time to deal with them, even if I equip a different materia, so yeah. But I really like how they implemented materia system in this game, because in Final Fantasy VII materias were really important, and the execution of this concept in this demo is very well done. And yes, if it's not already obvious, the red bar at the top is our health bar. The blue bars, though, are more interesting. These are our Barret bars. So remember when I told you that in this game there technically is a third character? Well, yes, it's Barret. Now, although you cannot play with him, you can actually summon him in battle. And when you do that, it uses up one of your blue Barret bar. I like the animation when he appears, which is kick-ass. Basically, Barret is standing on the edge of the cliff in Simba style and attacks enemies with his Gatling gun. You actually have to be fast when he appears, because he appears for a limited time period, so you have to manually aim him during that time. One interesting thing about Barret, when you summon him, you maybe already noticed that you are standing still, but enemies are still doing their own business. But the thing is, when Barret shoots enemies in his proud Simba fashion, you're actually not being damaged by the enemies. So you can use Barret to your advantage, especially when you are low on health. Sort of like a last resort, because the damage that Barret deals is quite insane. It's actually very interesting that we cannot play as Barret here, because this particular mission in the original Final Fantasy VII was being played with Cloud and Barret in your party. In this demo, though, as you can see, we have Tifa as a secondary character, but Barret, well, as a Simba cameo. So, by the way, speaking about Tifa, I heard that in the original demo of the original Final Fantasy VII, Tifa was actually a third character in your party. So maybe it was a nod to that fact. Basically, in this demo we have a nod to demo from the original Final Fantasy VII, where Tifa, unlike in the finished game, was a part of your party in the opening mission. So yeah, really interesting. So you already enjoyed awesome summon animations in this Let's Play. Yeah, let's talk about our green gems now. When you use a green gem, it activates a summon. It doesn't work like Barret. You don't have to aim it. You don't have to worry about enemies moving out of the way. You just use it, and everything is just annihilated instantly. So yeah, summons are awesome to clear out all the screen. In this particular demo, we only have 2 summons which you can use. Cloud is equipped with Ifrit by default, and Tifa is equipped with Shiva. I wish there were more summons, but well, we have to enjoy only these 2 for now. By the way, these shiny things which you pick up after you defeat enemies actually restore all your bars. Health bar, Barret bar, and Gem bar as well. All of these bars charge up also when you just deal regular damage to enemies. So yeah, that's how it works. In the future, I heard they are planning to add more summons and materials to the game, which is awesome. Imagine seeing, I don't know, like Ultima Materia or Knights of the Round summon in this style. Oh boy. Okay, don't imagine, but try to reimagine, because, well, this is the reimagining of the original Final Fantasy VII, you know? By the way, they are also planning to introduce experience point system into this game. Just like in the original game, characters will be able to level up, but what's more interesting about this system is that they will be able to level up not only themselves, but also materias, summons, and even Barret, so yeah, basically all of these things will be available for you to upgrade. If that wasn't enough, they are also thinking about making different attack and move upgrades as well. So yeah, really interesting to see how it will turn out in the end, because so far the game looks really promising, so yeah. Worried though, because the demo is available for a year now, I think, and even after that 1 year, there are still no news about this project, about the progress of it. So yeah, I really don't want to see this project being scrapped or cancelled, because it is just so awesome, you know. So I really have no idea what is going on currently with this game. Hopefully it will continue to be worked on, but you know, like with all the projects that are being fan-made, well, yeah, it is not so easy. Yeah, I left a death in this demo as well, so that you can see how some enemies can be annoying in this game, but more importantly, I wanted to throw this death in so that you can see that there is a checkpoint system in this demo. If you die, you don't just quit the game and it is not an actual game over. What happens is you're just being transported back to the end of the previous battle. So yeah. I think that I forgot to mention this game can be played together with one of your friends. Just invite him to your house and, well, hook him up. If you have two controllers, that is. Yeah, there is this two-player feature. I haven't tested it out because, well, I don't have two controllers, but it's there. Also, this game uses D input, not X input, which is very odd considering almost all new games are using X input. My controller has both D input and X input, so I can switch between those two, but I believe that it can be a problem for someone who doesn't have this feature. You can always play this game with your keyboard, but I believe it will be very uncomfortable, so... Now, this is not a perfect demo, there are actually many flaws and glitches in the game. For example, sometimes your controller will just stop responding, basically some action buttons will not work, and this is the biggest pain ever, especially when you are pretty far into the game. Mashing dash and roll buttons sometimes fixes the issue, but when you are fixing the issue, you are almost dead by then, really. And sometimes it doesn't work anyway, so yeah. There's also an issue regarding controller input delay. But I don't know what is up with that, because I seem to experience some frame rate issues too, so maybe it's just that I don't have the sufficient hardware for this game. You may already notice that sometimes characters and animations look a bit clunky, so yeah, maybe this issue is just on my end in this case, who knows. Now, I'm not a tech expert, but this demo was made by using the Unity engine, so I really have no idea how my PC handles it. There's also an issue with character movements sometimes. I think you will see it when I will battle the boss. Obviously, characters sometimes just freeze and slide on the ground. It looks pretty ridiculous and funny, so... Also, speaking about the cinematic where Cloud and Tifa arrive to this place riding the train, in the game itself, this cinematic is stuttery as hell. I had to actually look up the clip in the game folder to record it without the stutter, so yeah. Believe me, if all of these mentioned issues appear at the same time in the game, then the game is almost unplayable. I had to re-record so many times just because of these issues, oh god. But luckily, it is pretty rare when that happens. I wish there was also a bit of a story to this game, but considering it is just a demo, the main focus of course is the gameplay itself, so I'm pretty sure more cinematics and dialogue text boxes will be added in the final game, so... But yeah, we are slowly approaching our boss. If you remember the original Final Fantasy VII, then you will probably know who will it be. Attack when its tail is up! Yeah, you know what I mean, you know. Remember when in the original Attack when its tail is up, text box was actually a mistranslation? They sort of left it in this game as well. But unlike in the original, here it actually works this time around, not kidding. You are not being punished, basically. Yeah, for those who are not familiar, in the Final Fantasy VII, when you are battling against the first boss in the game, occasionally it raises up its tail, and when that happens, a text box appears which says attack when its tail is up. Doing that is bad, because if you do that, you receive a massive counterattack, so yeah, it was a mistranslation. It should read don't attack when its tail is up. You just have to wait it out when the boss lowers down its tail and attack then. And here we go, Guard Scorpion, our boss, who has a very big health bar, as you can see below there, oh god. I was actually struggling to defeat this boss with Cloud, because almost at the end, when I finished the boss off, some of my controller buttons stopped working, so I just went all out with my Barrison and summons there. As you can see, we not only have the boss here, but also some Shinra guards. who are constantly bugging you from behind. The Scorpion itself is pretty slow, so sometimes I take my time to deal with shinra guards in the left part of the screen. You don't have to go after them at all, but sometimes I do for the very basic reason. Really, to restore my health. Yeah, remember that all your bars at the top are being restored slowly when you deal damage to the enemies or when you defeat them? So if you are low on health in this battle, just take your time to play around with those guards there. The boss itself uses its machine gun, but sometimes raises its tail up as well. So when it raises it, there is a little icon which appears next to the boss, which reads, "Use Barret." So what that means, use Barret when its tail is up. Yeah, so you see they left this mistranslation in, but here it is a bit changed, and when you actually do that, when you use Barret on the boss when it's raising its tail, the boss actually will be stunned for some time. And not only that, but boss's tail laser attack is also cancelled that way. So yeah, that's pretty awesome, because the tail laser actually hurts like hell, so it is in your best interest to go all out with your biggest attacks, barrets and summons as soon as the Scorpion raises up its tail and starts to charge up his laser, really. As you can see, depleting boss's health is very easy with summons and barret. I advise not to mess around too much with your regular attacks on the boss though, because you will lose a lot of health that way. Better stay at harm's way and deal with those shinra guards to fill up your barret bars and green gem, and after that just go all out on the guard Scorpion itself. So we already dealt with the boss with Cloud, and now it's Tifa's turn. Yeah, Tag, you're it! By the way, sometimes boss uses its tail not only to shoot the laser, but also to attack with it normally or physically, so yeah, watch out for that. And yeah, this is it pretty much for this short but awesome demo, so I really hope you enjoyed the small retrospective through Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I wanted to make a video about this demo for quite some time, but only got around to making it now, so... And also, this is actually the first video ever where I recorded the commentary, which was entirely scripted. Because, yeah, as you can see, there were a lot of things which I wanted to mention about this game. Basically, all the words which you heard from me during this video were written by me on paper before recording, so... I never did that. Usually I just stick to keywords, but this time around this was something completely different. So I would really love to see this game being worked on even further. I think it will be a really big waste if they decide to cancel or scrap the project, really. In case the creators are watching this, please finish the game, because it is awesome. I can assure you that fans really want this one. It will be very awkward if this game turns out even better than the remake, but well, we'll see, really. And yeah, by Guard Scorpion, you will be missed. Although, wait, there's still a remake, but you know, the release date is still not set, so no idea when we will meet you again. But yeah, once again, thank you all for watching, and before I end, the most important thing. This demo is available actually completely for free as a download on the Final Fantasy VII Reimagined website, so yeah, you can see the link on the screen now as well. So if you want to experience this reimagining of Final Fantasy VII, feel free to go to FinalFantasy7Reimagined.com to grab your free copy. So yeah, have fun and see you in the next video. Cheers!